It can be a fairly common question that comes up when we're speaking with someone and it's the first time they've ever heard about this idea or this industry of esports. And sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes people will say, I just don't even know if this is a real thing. Is this a fad? Is it in my town? There's lots of kinds of questions like that. And when that comes up, we always suggest that they take what we call the 15 for 15 test. And I want to show you what that test is because I do believe that it's much better for an individual to learn about the industry on their own through their own research as opposed to just somebody telling them information. Certainly, we can tell you all kinds of information, but sometimes it's better to kind of come to your own well, it's always better to come to your own conclusions from your own research. And I want to show you an easy way to do this. I've mentioned before that one of the easiest ways is just to go to news.google.com and you can just type in the word esports and a city name. You can see some instant results. Now, before you do that, we always recommend that you go to google.com and you have to log in. You can see when you log in, I'm on a Chrome browser here. I've got my face up here, so it says that I'm logged in. But if I go to Google News, which again is just news.google.com, and I'm just going to refresh this so you can see that it's just today when I'm recording this, that what will happen is, of course, Google News just gives you a list of all kinds of news results depending on what you're looking for. But if you type in, just like for instance, if you just type in esports, you can see that Google will give you results of things that are the most recent and the most applicable to your search. So here's a few things from today, here's from yesterday, and then they'll bring up some kind of heavy stories that have happened recently as well. So this helps somebody who's never looked at the industry to get a very quick glance in just a couple of minutes to see, oh, look, this is interesting. Here's something in the state in the United States. Here's about a team from a university that's being announced. Here's another major university. Here's something with the military, something in Germany. Like it's just all over the place. And you can go back and do this every single day, and you can find information. So you can also limit it. So if you want to do like esports, like let's pick a country like esports Qatar, you can see what kind of news there is in that particular country just from yesterday. So it's interesting. You can pick a country like Qatar, and you can see that there's even news from yesterday. So that's really interesting. The other thing that you can do, and this is why we call it the 15 for 15 test. It's actually a more passive way for you to get information as opposed to coming here and just Googling through the news, is that you can go to this URL here, google.com /alerts. And again, you do need to log in, so make sure you do that. And when you go there, what you'll do is you'll see this page here. So you need to be logged in, your face will be up at the top, and then you can create an alert. And this is why we call it the 15 for 15. It actually takes us longer to explain how to do it than it does to actually do it. So it takes about 15 seconds. So you can just type in here esports, and you can show options and say, I want this, you want to change it to come at most once a day. If you do as it happens, you're going to get way too many emails. So I would say at most once a day. You can select these other options if you want to, where you want it delivered to, and then hit create alert. Now what's going to happen is that you are going to get every single day an email that summarizes all of the news anywhere in the world that is related to esports, and you can then take a glance at it and get a really good kind of picture of what is happening every single day. So you can see this isn't something that, every once in a while it's talked about. You can see the progression. And the other thing that you can be aware of are the industries where you are seeing news about this. So you're going to notice there's information and news coming about esports in academia, in business, in professional sports, in various countries and various cities. So you'll get a very good wide picture that it's very all encompassing. The other thing you can do, and I like to do this also, is I'll kind of limit it even more. So I might do like esports Denver. So if I live in Denver, then I can get, and again, I'm going to change this to just once a day. And that way I get something that's kind of funneled down even more to a specific city. So if I live in this city, or if I want to do about a country, so I might put esports Spain. Whoops. Oh, and the other thing I was going to mention is you can type in, when you type in the terms here, you can see you're starting to get results instantly. So if I want to type in New York, um, then I can see things that are happening right then. Like this is kind of what your summary would look like that day. So, and again, you don't need to, you don't need to have so many of them maybe, but maybe a general one and one in the particular area that you live in. So that takes, as I said, 15 seconds. And what we recommend is that you let that run for 15 days. So it's 15 seconds for 15 days, and you don't need to let it run for 4 months or 2 days or 3 days, but as you begin to see in your inbox this notice show up, you will have a very good comprehensive view of the industry. And what we found is that people who take the time to do this after a couple days, actually, sometimes they get busy and they do it in a couple of hours through Google News, but in a couple of days, the filter will start to come off your eyes, and wherever you live, you'll start to notice things related to this industry that you just simply did not notice before. Or you'll be talking with somebody who'll come in a conversation, you'll have context for the conversation, and then you can kind of ask questions that make sense. So if you don't know about it, you don't know what questions to ask. And so this 15 for 15 test is very, very valuable for an individual's own personal research into an industry that they may not be aware of, and you can see it in real time and you can make your own evaluations. Okay, hope that helps. Thanks.